Maayong nga adlaw, I am Yasmin Pascual Dormido, a Doctor of Communication student of the University of the Philippines Open University. I will continue the discussion on corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility, or CSR, refers to the responsibility of enterprises for their impacts on society as defined by European Commission. This means that businesses are not only economic actors seeking profit, but social institutions accountable for how their operations affect communities, stakeholders, and the broader environment. CSR requires businesses to integrate social, environmental, ethical, human rights, and consumer concerns into their core strategy and operations. This presentation situates CSR not as an optional corporate goodwill, but as a business obligation shaped by law and society. So in the Philippine context, CSR increasingly affects how companies manage risk, build trust, and create long-term value. So this discussion focuses on how these dimensions play out in real business cases. So what CSR means in the Philippines? So CSR isn't just charity or tree planting. It includes legal compliance, ethical behavior, and responsible impact management. So it's about doing the right thing for people, communities, and the environment while running a business profitably. So failure or CSR failures can actually expose businesses to legal penalties, litigation, and of course, loss of trust. So CSR duties includes following environmental laws such as the or the Clean Water Act and labor standards, data privacy, and consumer protection. So violations can lead to steep fines and, of course, legal action. So CSR isn't just voluntary goodwill, it's legal compliance is mandatory, and failing to meet it actually creates clear risk for businesses. CSR actually involves adherence to environmental, labor, and consumer protection laws, public accountability, partnerships with government, and civil society. So CSR is therefore both a legal mandate and a strategic approach to responsible businesses. So CSR significance is underscored by legal frameworks that shape responsible corporate conduct. Giant Fan 2024 frames CSR as a complex legal and ethical system that varies across jurisdictions but consistently expects companies to go beyond simple charity. CSR actually prevents risks that harm businesses, such as legal risk, reputational risk, governance failures, and of course, it strengthens organizational legitimacy. So when businesses fail to follow CSR obligations, especially environmental or labor laws, they risk regulatory sanctions, legal cases, and loss of stakeholder support. The Philippine Business for Social Progress, or PBSP, established in 1970, underscores how CSR must be part of business strategy to reduce risk and contribute to social development. So CSR functions as risk mitigation, and non-compliance with this obligation, such as environmental or labor standards, exposes businesses to regulatory penalties and public backlash. So today, CSR is not just philanthropy, it's a business obligation grounded on or in legal compliance and societal expectations. We will look at how CSR helps businesses manage risk, build public trust, of course, and create long-term value with Philippine examples, including ABS-CBN. CSR goes beyond donations. It includes legal compliance and ethical behavior towards stakeholders. According to Palomo 2014, CSR encompasses a company's responsibility for its impact on society and environment, and this drives businesses to act responsibly. So CSR creates trust. When companies are seen acting responsibly, it plays a central role in building trust among stakeholders, communities, audiences, employees, and regulators. So case in point, ABS-CBN, Lingkod Kapamilya Foundation, or ALKFI, formerly ABS-CBN Foundation Incorporated. The principal public service and CSR arm of ABS-CBN Corporation, a major Philippine media network. It was incorporated in 1989 to address the needs of disadvantaged Filipinos and to ensure public service efforts were effectively and responsibly managed. So the ABS-CBN Lingkod Kapamilya demonstrates how sustained public service and disaster response initiatives generate social legitimacy and trust and even amid institutional challenges. So trust in this sense becomes a strategic asset. ALKFI engages in disaster response and community development. Partnerships like the Always Ready Filipino para sa Pilipino initiative with Air Asia Philippines show how CSR collaboration should trust or build trust and broaden impact. So why ABS-CBN Foundation commands public confidence? Trust matters because CSR activities communicate organizational values and accountability. The ABS-CBN Lingkod Kapamilya Foundation demonstrates how long-standing service, community projects, and disaster response build trust. Regional analysis such as the APEC Philippines report highlight how CSR typically involves private, public partnerships, reinforcing trust between corporations and communities. So, CSR does not only reduce risk, it also creates value. When CSR is integrated into core business strategy, companies benefit from enhanced reputation, operational sustainability, and stakeholder support. So, Porter and Kramer 2011 described this as shared value where business strategies generate economic returns while addressing social needs. So, CSR initiatives in the Philippines, such as education, disaster response, and community development, enhance both corporate reputation and long term sustainability. So, firms that align CSR with development goals generate shared value, benefiting both business and society. So when CSR creates shared value, social investment enhances both community well-being and business success. From the APEC perspective, CSR encourages firms to integrate social development into growth strategies. Giant Fan 2024 also notes that CSR can produce real commercial benefits when companies actively address societal concerns, strengthening their competitive edge and sustainability. So ABS-CBN's corporate legitimacy is well established. And why does it matter? So accreditation and compliance, ALKFI is certified by the Philippine Council for NGO Certification or the PCNC. It demonstrates adherence to standards for financial management and accountability in serving underprivileged Filipinos. So being PCNC certified enhances corporate legitimacy, reinforcing its credibility with donors, government, regulators as well. So here are the useful takeaways based on what we have covered so far. Trust is established through long-term consistent service, delivery, and public visibility. Stakeholder engagement involves partnerships with government, private sector, and civil society. And corporate legitimacy is built through certification, transparent operations. So these are examples of initiatives of the foundation with real impact. So the Tulong Center, which provides medical, dental, legal, and social services to communities. Another is the Green Community Initiatives, where the foundation also engages in environmental and sustainability programs like the Green Initiatives in Mount Kabuyao's Sitio Pongayan through multi-sectoral partnerships that empower local communities to protect natural resources. So CSR reflects how businesses respond to legal mandates and societal expectations. CSR is a legal and societal obligation. Businesses ignore CSR in their own risk, and responsible business creates trust and long-term value. CSR is not optional. It is strategic. So let me leave you with these two questions to reflect upon and answer. And these are my references. Madamong salamat and have a good day.